friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Over on my corner of the internet, I wax poetic about all things stationery, so absolutely everything from planners, journals, pens, colored markers, paint, washi tape, stickers, all of it. I'm here for it and I hope you are too. So in today's video, I want to chit chat about my Kaweco Sport collection. It's not huge compared to some collections I have seen over time. I mean, it's nothing compared to what I've seen over time, quite literally. One person on YouTube that I know has an insane one. I believe his name is ODE, or his channel name is ODE or OD. Listen, I am a newbie compared to these people, but I do love my collection. I do wish I started buying Kaweco sooner. This is often lauded as a beginner fountain pen, but I didn't start buying these as a beginner. I started with the Chinese $5 and $6 pens off of AliExpress, and now I wish I went with things like Kaweco. So let's dive into my collection, the good, the bad, and the kind of ugly. About all of it we're gonna chat. So my very first Kaweco would have been the white, and then I got the black, and then I saw Fontoplumo has a lot of really nice Fontoplumo exclusive Kawecos, so I loved this one so much that I felt like I spent months daydreaming about this pen, and I just finally caved and bought it. Then this one, and my very latest buy is the Kaweco Bordeaux. So let's do a bit of a writing test for each one. My Kaweco white is the traditional Kaweco Sport. It's not the Skyline, and it's a gold nib, as you can see. I love how the pens look with their clips, so I try to always have one attached. I have this pen inked up with, a quick pen test will tell me, or not, because I have no idea what this is. Let's see. Okay, this is Celadon Cat by Diamine, and it's one of my favorite very light inks, but it's not so much light that it's not readable. This pen writes extremely smoothly from the start. I've never had issues with it. I've always enjoyed the experience, and truly it's a favorite. It's what made me want to get more over time. It's a broad. If you know me, you know I'm a broad nib girly, and inked with Celadon Cat by Diamine. Like I said, the pen has been writing flawlessly from the very beginning. This is actually the Kaweco cartridge, and what I did was I waited for the blue to be empty. I used it for months until it emptied out. Blue is not my favorite color, and then I simply added an ink of my own with my syringe, and I've been enjoying it. I mean, if you're experienced with the Kaweco, you can tell that the cartridge actually seems to hold more than a Kaweco mini converter does. So no complaints from me. It is a little bit of work, but you get to store far more in the pen, in the cartridge, than you do in the converter. This is a win for me. The broad nib writes very much like a broad. If you like to see a lot of shading in your ink, you will enjoy this. I've enjoyed it so far as well. Up next we have, and I'm not going in the order of when I bought them, I'm just going in the order of the color scheme. We have the chocolate brown. This is a Fontoplumo exclusive. You'll see here on the pen it's branded Fontoplumo and Kaweco Sport. This pen is inked with J. Urban Cacao do Brasil. It's not a warm brown by any stretch, but it is a brown that I love. It's a dark brown. It's a cool brown. It's like a mix of brown and dark gray. I like it. So let's ink it up. Or let's test it out. This is a double broad, inked with J. Urban Cacao do Brazil. So this pen does skip a bit, but to its credit, I somehow think it is because I'm running out of ink. Because it wasn't doing that when it was fully inked, so I'm not sure if that's why. Sometimes the ink gets stuck at the base of the converter and it doesn't move until I really tap it, and I am wondering if that's why. I love the pen as well. I have not had any ill experiences with it when I first got it, so it's a win for me. It's just I have to keep it constantly inked. I don't know if there's a difference in the writing experience or in the flowing of the ink with a cartridge, meaning the Kaweco cartridge, versus the Kaweco converter. I'm wondering if that's what it is, because this pen that has the cartridge writes smoothly, flawlessly, never skips, no hard starts, nothing. But this one, on and off, I do get some skipping, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm not inked up all the way or if it's because the flow is different. Maybe not. We will test it out with the smooth sage or the sage green. Where did I get smooth sage from? So we'll test it out in another one that has a converter and we'll see. Love the look of the pen. If you like the limited edition Kawecos or the special edition Kawecos, head over to Fontoplumo. They have this one, and they also have a coral color that's beautiful that I'm slightly tempted to buy. Next, we have the Kaweco Sport Black. This is the traditional black. It's actually fading a bit. I just noticed that it's fading. Not the skyline, not the, I think there's a chess print on one of the black ones. It's just the traditional black, and it's in a broad nib. This pen is inked up with Private Reserve Ebony Purple, and it's actually part of a package they sent me because when I first purchased Private Reserve inks in cartridge form, the cartridge was falling apart. What I didn't know is that the cartridges are not for every single fountain pen. You learn something every single day. It's not for every pen. So I was trying to put it in a Jinha, I was trying to put it in a Lamy, and it just wouldn't work, and it cracked each and every time. They were kind enough to send me replacements, but they didn't tell me, I had to find this out on my own, that the Private Reserve cartridges are for standard, international, friendly pens only. So there you go. This one also writes very smooth. Very smooth, yes. What I am observing is the Kawecos with a cartridge are writing way smoother than the ones with the converter. I am not casting any aspersions at Kaweco. I'm not saying the converter is bad. I'm just observing my experience here as we go along. Inked with Private Reserve. Oh, why can't I write today like an adult? Private Reserve Ebony Purple. Oh, yeah, what's going on with me today? This is a beautiful purple that I really like. I'm happy that they sent me. My original purchase was the plum, and they were kind enough to send me some extras, and Ebony Purple was one. Thank you so much, Private Reserve. So this is my Kaweco Black in broad. I love my broad Kawecos. I love my double broad Kawecos. It's the majority of what I have, broad and double broad, and I'm so happy with them. So thus far, great experience. Staying in the gold family, we have the Bordeaux without a clip, sadly. This Kaweco Bordeaux is a medium, my very first medium in Kaweco, and it's inked up with, again, a private reserve. I believe the color is something pink. I wish I remembered. I will list it below while I edit. So, but it is a very cute pink. What I wish I did was buy a pink Kaweco. I do want one, and I have been eyeing one lately, but because I have so many gold ones, I've been like, I kind of want to stick in the gold family, so I ended up going for this, and this was more affordable than the pink, than the blush Pattaya, so I went with this, and you know, it is what it is. But this would have looked much nicer with a pink. Now that I mean, it doesn't have to be matchy. In my world, I don't need my pens to be extremely matchy. Inked with private reserves, Rose Rage. So it's not shell pink. And I like the ink. I'm not a pink ink girly, but it is nice. It was one of the freebies that they sent me, so I will absolutely be using it with a couple journal spreads, most likely. I'm enjoying the medium. You can tell vastly the difference between a medium and obviously a double broad, and you can tell a slight difference between a medium and a broad Kaweco. I know a lot of people sometimes experience this thing where they find that their fine writes like a medium and that type of thing with a lot of brands, but I feel like my experience has been where my now moving over to my only Kaweco Silver. I think it's cute. I know this is one of the Kaweco collection colors, and I always wanted one of those in my lineup. So I went with the Smooth Sage. It is a very unique color, I feel like. And I love green inks. I do have quite a bit, so I thought, why not? This is... And this pen writes so super wet. In Sage. Is it Smooth Sage? Let's see. It is Smooth Sage. What am I saying? It is Smooth Sage, y'all. I did not rename the pen. It is Smooth Sage. I haven't had coffee for the day. This is lemongrass tea, so excuse me. I am not myself this morning. Now, remember we had a chat about, is the ink flowing better with a cartridge versus the converter? Remember that? I am beginning to think that the cartridge is in fact flowing better than the converter, because I am again experiencing some slight skipping with this pen that has a, guess what, converter in it. So, lesson of the day, friends.
Okay, learn something new every day.
A Kaweco cartridge or a standard cartridge flows worlds better than a converter. I can't believe it, because I was considering getting another converter for this pen. I was considering it. I'm not going to. Let's continue. This green in particular is Salamander by Diamine. It is a very, I don't want to say muddy green, but it's kind of a moss green. I think salamander is the perfect description. Yes, beautiful green. I like it. It's not too in your face. It could be a very work friendly green as well, because it's deep, dark, rich. It's not neonish. It's not shimmery, nothing like that, and I love it for that reason. It is skipping a bit, and like I said, we're learning here today. I am learning along with you. If this hasn't been your experience, please let me know. If it has been, let me know as well. So be good. My pens live up to the nib size that they are. I don't have any experiences of a medium writing like a fine or a broad writing like a medium. Everything writes the way it says it would. The bad, some skipping in particular with the pens that have the converters. The ugly, absolutely none. Right? This is not a deal breaker for me because the pen still writes, the ones that have the converters, which I believe are these two. They still write, but I do get a couple hard starts here and there in comparison to the ones with cartridges. So that's the bad, but it is not something I would say don't buy a Kaweco, it's doing this. No, I would just say your experience may vary if you do get a converter. I'm pretty sure a lot of people use them with no problems. This has just been my not so good experience. The ugly is that I wish they would come out with more colors faster. Now I know Kaweco has a wide range of colors. They also have colors in their limited editions, but in the end, I really do wish they would come out with a bunch of new colors in their standard range, the range that's available to everybody worldwide. That would be lovely to experience. I am keeping my fingers crossed for like a mustard yellow. I'm also keeping my fingers crossed for a dark brown, but not in the art sport line, because that's a little bit outside my price range and I don't like the pattern. The kind of marble-ish pattern is not my vibe. I would love to see a dark, I think there is a dark brown, but it's a limited edition, I believe. I wish it would come back in the main line. That would be great. Kaweco, if you're hearing me, consider it, maybe. That's it. No more uglies. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly of my collection. Mostly goods. I love my Kawecos so much, to the point where I'm on and off looking at colors like the blue, the mellow blue. Love the mellow blue. I want it. I do. I don't need it, but I want it. The blush pitaya. Love the blush pitaya. The sunrise and sunset yellow, which I cannot find anywhere, but I know it used to exist. I love that too. That's another color I wish they would bring to their main collection. I get it, they do have a frosted yellow, I understand, but that yellow of the sunrise and sunset would be just to die for. The lavender is another one that I am craving. I would love to see a lavender with a gold nib. I know it sounds a little crazy, but picture it. I think it would be really nice. And that has been my experience with my Kawecos. I've started buying them over the past year, so I would say I have a year's worth of experience with Kaweco Sport. This one is my newest. I got this literally last week. This one was purchased before, then this, then this, then this. So I do love them. I know people call these the tampon pens. I don't like that phrase, but I love my Kawecos. They have not done me wrong, with the exception of the little hard starts here and there. I have no problems with them. This is not a sponsored video in any form. I don't have the subscriber account to do sponsored content. Even if I wanted to, I don't think they would be interested. This is all my hard-earned money spent on pens that I've heard so much about, and I finally started collecting since 2023. So I hope you enjoyed the video. What has been your experience with Kaweco? Is your collection as tiny as mine? Is it bigger? Do you have a 24 Kaweco pen collection? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know also what other collection reviews you want to see next. I do have a couple Lamis. I have a bunch of Jinhawili 2s. I also have some Ranga pens from India and 1 or 2 platinum and Pilot Kakunos. I do have 2 thus far, but I've been enjoying them and I'd love to chat about them with you too. So if you want to see that next, you can let me know whatever brand you want to see me review my little, collection of next. I'll be more than happy to do it. Let's chat in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me, so much for watching, and I hope you stick around for more videos coming very soon. Bye.